Hi, my name is Frank and welcome to my YouTube video. Today I'm going to talk about Speedlights. I'm going to talk about the Canon 580 EX2 Speedlight, and I'm going to kind of compare it to the Yongnuo YN 568 EX2 Speedlight. Both of these are excellent speed lights, and I use them in tandem on my shoots. The reason I got the two different lights is because I'm able to pick up and use the 568 EX2 for a fraction of the cost of the Canon version of the speed light. But with that said, there are some differences. The Canon EX2 and the Yongnuo EX2 both have a guide number of 58. Both of them has the autofocus assist beam, and both of them have metal feet. The Canon version actually have a cover, some weather sealing that's not built into the Yongnuo version. If I can show you a little bit more, the Yongnuo does not have as tight of a weather seal system as the Canon do. I don't know if you can actually see how loose that piece of rubber is, whereas on the Canon versions there is a piece of rubber here right at the bottom of the shoe. The insides, the rubber on the insides are actually formed to give you a better fit, and the ridges look to be a little tighter. They both feel about the same size, and they both feel like they weigh about the same. Maybe it's possible that the Canon version may feel a little bit heavier than the Yongnuo version, but overall they both feel the same. They both support ETTL, which is Canon's electronic version of shooting and monitoring and measuring through the lens. They both support high-speed sync, which allows you to shoot faster than the 200 or 250 sync speed that's built into your camera system or your camera body. And they both have roughly the same matte black cover feel. The Canon feels, the material of the Canon may feel a little bit more absorbent than the Yongnuo. The 580 EX2 supports an external battery pack, and it supports an external off-camera shoe cord. Has a port for that. The Yongnuo 568 EX2 has sound, has an audible sound, and let's see if I can't start it up and so that you can hear it. I'll try it again. Okay. Anyway, if you didn't hear it, it went beep beep. These flashes, speed lights, are a must-have for portrait, wedding, and any genre of photography where you need to control your light. The menu system on the Yongnuo is fairly straightforward. I've got a button here that allows me to turn the backlight off and on, and to cycle through to turn the sound off and on. And now I do have a sound indicator. I don't know if you can see it, but the indicator lets me know whether or not the sound is on. And again, so that you can hear the sound of the Yongnuo, I'm gonna put it right next to my microphone and take the picture. And beep, I know I'm ready to take the next picture. I know that my flash is fully recycled, which I think is a neat little tool to have in a third-party flash. I appreciate it. Okay, and as I mentioned, it does support ETTL. It supports manual mode and multi or stroboscopic mode. I usually shoot in ETTL in any situation where I don't physically have the time to recalibrate my Speedlight to set it up as conditions change. So if I put it on ETTL, I just allow the camera and the Speedlight to communicate to each other, and in a fraction of a time, the Speedlight measures the distance, determine what would be the optimal output, and boom, it adjusts automatically for me. I do use manual, and the reason that I use manual a lot of the times is because I like having control. Even if my manual settings in the end turn out to be the exact same as the ETTL settings, I just like being able to have that control when I'm in situations where I can take the time to adjust my light output. It also gives me an opportunity to play around with the light, so that I can create some artistic effects, or as it's sometimes called, I can shape with light. The Canon Speedlight is pretty much works the same as the Yongnuo, vice versa. Actually, the Yongnuo Speedlight pretty much works the same as the Canon. One of the things that I do like about the Canon system is, rather than there being a screw, there's a little button that I can flip and lock it into place, and I can actually hear it click when I put it into place. So there's little chance that I'm gonna accidentally leave my flash unattached to my camera. The Canon flash, and I use the term flash and Speedlight interchangeably sometimes, does rotate 180 degrees on both sides, whereas the Yongnuo will rotate 180 degrees on one side, and then 180 degrees on both sides. So they both rotate 180 degrees. For some reason, I was expecting the Yongnuo to rotate 180 degrees on one side and 90 degrees on the other. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I just learned something about my Speedlight. I don't often have to turn them 180 degrees when I'm out in the field. And of course, both of them will give you the up and down, or the 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock positions, and I think the 580 will maybe give you a 3:30 position, or or maybe I should call it a 315 position. If that's 3 o'clock, then that would be 315. And of course, if I could flip it all the way down, that would be a 6 o'clock, which the speed lights, in order to get a 6 o'clock position, you need to literally take the speed light off the camera. So just to recap what I talked about, they both have a guide of 58. They both have autofocus assist beam. The Canon version has weather-resistant sealing, weather and dust-resistant sealing, so it's a little bit more versatile in that respect. Both systems have the metal feet, which will indicate they should last a pretty good long time. They both support master and slave. You can use I can use the Canon to fire the Yongnuo, or I can use the Yongnuo to fire the Canon, or I can use either to fire say a 430 EX2 or 430 flash, which suffice it to say, I can't use the 430 to fire these flashes or speed lights because it does not support the master mode. They both support ETTL. The Canon version supports the external battery pack and the off-shoe cord, at least have ports for the off-shoe cord. And they both support high-speed sync. The Yongnuo flash supports sound, has an audible sound to let you know when it's fully recycled, and it also will give you a beep to alert you that your exposure is low. So both systems are really good systems. This video is actually is intended for those who are planning to pick up the 580X2 on the used market, because Canon has replaced it with the 600EX RT, where the RT stands for radio trigger. When I'm not shooting in master slave mode, using the master to trigger a slave flash, then I usually would use radios to fire my flashes in tandem, and that's and the new Canon's newest flash support has the radio built in to the flash, so there's no need to buy external radios like radio poppers, or in my case I use the Yongnuo YN622Cs. The YN does support the modeling light, and let's see if the Canon one supports it also. Let's turn it on. Okay, yeah, and so that's good to know that both of them does support the modeling light. I don't think the EX430, the 430 EX2, which I do have, supports the modeling light. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I intend to produce more videos similar to this in the near future. So, three things I like for you to do, if you would: like this video, comment, and subscribe. And thank you.